Welcome to the community. In this video, you will dive into national and state data that will create a bigger picture of the community students live in. This data serves as the first step in providing more equitable and purposeful programming for students. Let's begin. In 2023, the Texas population was over 30.9 million. Texas is the second most populated state in the United States. As of 2022, the population consisted of 40% Hispanics, 39% white, 13% Black, and 5% Asian. English remains the first language for many, but for 27% of Texans, their first language is Spanish. In 2023, Texas reported 27,377 members of the homeless community, and 4% of the population was unemployed in 2024. As of October 2023, the poverty rate in Texas was 14%, which is higher than the national average. 2.22 million Hispanics, 0.96 million whites, and 0.69 million Black Texans live below the poverty level. Children under 5 face a poverty rate of 1.7 times greater than adults. 1 in 5 children are still living in poverty, putting them at a higher risk than any other age group. According to the U.S. Census, an estimated 4.9 million people were uninsured in 2022, making Texas the highest percentage of uninsured people in the United States, with the largest health concerns being diabetes, obesity, and depression. Diabetes is more prevalent among adults with lower education levels and family income. In 2021, 13.1% of adults living below the federal poverty level had received a diabetes diagnosis. A direct link between education and income can also be seen in the percentage of people with obesity whose education was equivalent to high school or lower. And in 2022, 22% of Texas reported being depressed. Now let's take a closer look at data pertaining to adolescents. The Texas Education Agency reported in 2022 that Texas had a graduation rate of 89.7%. Of those students, 86% were economically disadvantaged, roughly 185,662 students. 85% of graduates were labeled at risk, a little over 13,000 were labeled as homeless, and over 44,000 were emergent bilingual. The high school dropout rate in 2022 was 2%, roughly 38,132 students. Minorities had higher percentages. 4% were Black, 3% Hispanic, and 1% were white. 29,795 of the students who dropped out were labeled as economically disadvantaged and were predominantly male. In 2020, 18% of high school students were enrolled in school and employed. According to a survey by Statista, 50% of students stated that their academics suffered due to the pandemic. Mental health has continued to be a prominent issue for many adolescents. 11.5% of youth in the United States are experiencing severe or major depression. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimate nearly 7 million children aged 3 through 18 that are diagnosed with the disorder. The percentage of youths with severe major depressive episodes in Texas was nearly 11%, roughly 261,000. It was reported that 60% of youth with major depression did not receive any medical health treatment across all 50 states. In Texas, 3/4 of youth did not receive mental health services. The percentages for depression and anxiety are particularly high among the LGBTQ community. 70% of teens aged 13 through 17 reported having anxiety, while 57% reported being depressed. Recent CDC data revealed that 55% of high school students reported they experienced emotional abuse, and 11% of high school students reported physical abuse by a parent or other adult in the home. A survey by the Pew Research Center revealed that 46% of teens have experienced cyberbullying, including name-calling, rumor spreading, and unwanted explicit images. Although faced with adversity, some things are getting better for teens across the U.S. According to a survey done by EdChoice in 2023, teens felt more supported when it came to their future and academics. Academically, nearly 7 in 10 teens felt supported by their parents and teachers. And when thinking about their mental health, 56% of teens said that their mental health matters to their schools. In a similar study in 2024, teenagers reported their top 3 core values. First was having enough free time to do what they wanted to do. Second, being successful in a career. And third, graduating from college. Thank you for taking a drive into our community. It is our job as educators to provide the best possible educational experience for our students, and data is the first step in creating meaningful and purposeful programs for our students.